Hello, everyone. Well, this week's Come With Me, as I promised last week, is a visit to Nashville, Tennessee. We are going to the Antique and Garden Show of Nashville. And it was incredible. And on this particular Come With Me, I'm going to take you right into the garden show, the Antique and Garden Show. And we're going to walk some of the booths as though you are there with me so that you get an idea of what's for sale in an antique show. What kind of items might be there? Would this be something fun to go to even if I'm not buying anything? And the answer is yes, it is. This particular show was called Cultivating Home, which was absolutely fantastic. And what you get often, I just love this little book. That's why I keep holding it up. What you often get are speakers, and I would recommend that you go ahead and spend the money to do the speaker series as well as going into the garden show. And I say that even though the speakers, many of them are hawking their books, so to speak, you will learn so much. I saw India Hicks and her husband, David Flint Wood, speak, Veer Greeny, Rita Koenig, who's the daughter of Nina Campbell, a couple of American designers that I had never heard of before, but have done some of the stars' homes, such as Sheryl Crow and Brooke Shields. And Brooke Shields actually talked about her new book, which is all about menopause and next chapter, which is perfect because this podcast show is all about designing your next chapter, right? I'm Sharri Harmel. I'm your host of this particular podcast, which is Extraordinary Women Who Are Designing Their Next Chapter. And so welcome. I hope you enjoy today's Come With Me. It's a little bit different, so I'd love to hear what all of you have to say. So anyways, let's get started. Come on, let's go. And you can see. Oh gosh.
I think they do too.
That's beautiful. And you have the garden aspect. My first takeaway is they're not cheap, but beautiful items. Look at that little dog. And the furniture is spectacular. I love everything. How do I say that? If you're a blue and white fan, oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. '18th century credenza with 2 doors, $48.50. It's not terrible, I have to say that. This one is a Spanish inlaid commode, $5,800, just to give you an idea. That's gorgeous. And it says an exceptional, multiple secret compartments. It's $8,600, but it is gorgeous. That is a pretty table.
Years, up on a cool chateau.
Good Lord,
and
these
then
were
that big one over
lightning
there,
rods.
It came in my shipment. They just came in my shipment. It was a really huge long iron thing, right? And it was like this at the bottom, just a long iron thing. So it was the rod that went up. It attached to a roof. And that thing on the sides, you could see where it was sat on a roof. And it went
Look at
up
those.
through the
Came
roof.
from
So
France.
they're lightning things. But aren't they so cute?
Now that does not look comfortable, but it's beautiful. Looks like a timeout bench. Don't you think? Sweet chair. At the Four Seasons in Nashville for the Nashville Antique and Garden Show. How fun. Beautiful hotel. It's interesting, Nashville's warm. I just left Boston and it was windy and probably, oh, I don't know, 25 degrees. Nashville's warm. Very cute. Now, down there, I'll go slower, sorry, is the river. And I will show you from my room that view because it's really interesting. It's about almost 9 o'clock, and I'm headed to the Music City Center because that is where the antique show is. Really interesting architecture. This is, I believe, the Symphony Hall, and look at the AT&T building that's hiding in the background. I don't know what that was originally. To ask those of you who live in Nashville what this is all about. Lots of arenas, and I can only imagine, like here's one, you can see one from my hotel room also. So it's probably for all the music performances. You can see another one in front of us. Oh wow, there's a picture of, I don't know if that's Johnny Cash. Really interesting city. Okay, that big building is the Country Music Hall of Fame and museum. And all of you Swifties can see Taylor Swift in the front of it. Very fun. Okay, you have to see this table. Where could you put that? It's spectacular. Oh my goodness, it's just, I have just walked in the door and I am in love. Look at this. It's got a little boy and a little girl. So the bottom line is, go to these antique shows. They're incredible. Well, people love jewelry. Wow. Now that's the cutest thing. What I would do with it. Antique dolls, tray and holder, $7.98. So it's got, I'm assuming that's for pens. And that's the ink. Just gorgeous. Beautiful. Robes. Just to give you an idea, I don't see prices. It's absolutely beautiful. And we are in the South. But the Silver Company is out of Illinois. I love it. Look at that. Pure collector Majolica.
There's a website.
Incredible.
Oh, that's beautiful. Here.
And there's this little jewelry case. That's just, this just goes on forever. I've never seen anything like it. Those are beautiful. And then you've got fun turquoise. That is Paris, I believe. A map of Paris, except the Faubourg Saint-Honoré is way down here. So, oh my gosh, this is old. Okay, I just learned about this. It's a whole set, first edition, so it's absolutely beautiful. I was looking for my apartment. Actually, I couldn't find it, but you can see it's actually pre-Haussmann, pre-revolution, and so you can see these are all garden areas, and I don't have a cut on my hand. That's my stamp for the show, in case you were wondering. It's absolutely beautiful. Then these little things you can pick up in Paris in little side markets, and I find it so interesting that how they have framed them. They're called intaglio seals. Rome, circa 1820. Aren't those beautiful? So you see just about everything. The jewelry here is absolutely incredible. I have to say that. If you ever want to buy jewelry, don't go into a jewelry store. Go here. Go to an antique show. Because it is amazing, the options that you have. Now look at that table. Too big, but it is spectacular. You know, and if we compare it, what year is it? 1838, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I don't see a price, but I would guess you would get it for less expensive than if you went to Restoration Hardware. So why would we go there, right? Oh my gosh, look at that. It's absolutely perfect. That Louis Vuitton trunk that's been turned into a coffee table is perfect. See, the jewelry is unbelievable. Any of you watch Lady C? That looks like a Lady C necklace. Oh my gosh. Oh. It is a garden show. We've got planters. This is the Atlanta Planter Company. Look at all the garden pieces. Wow. Oh Lord. Peonies, envy. Oh my goodness. All about peonies. Those of you who love flowers. Hand lotion. But you can buy your peonies. Look at these. Love it. What I want to find are the shippers to see what they charge. That's important. Okay, so I guess this woman 11, 12 years ago used to be just a framer, and she took the pieces of what was left of a frame, an antique frame, stuck something in the middle, and she called them museum beads. Well, I'm telling you, these are now a thing. Wall ornamentation. They're absolutely adorable. When you think about it, it's kind of a fun idea to do them alongside a picture. It adds something intriguing. Here's the exterior. Exterior of the little greenhouse. Looks like it came right out of England. Give you a side view because it's so beautiful. Oh, you can purchase them. Here they are. Oh, there it is. Here's the colors. Oh, that's wonderful. It's a patio glass house. I don't know about you, but I want that one. If I'm going to dream, right? And the name of the company, Hartley Botanic. Okay, now we've got the Goofy. Don't you love this? A big server. Oh my. We had a presentation today by someone with flowers. And he was talking about the importance of the pot. The pot determines everything. Actually, it was two people that were wonderful. And so when we think of those cash pots and the pictures, pictures as in something you put cream in or water, those make the most wonderful flower vases. Fascinating. Oh my goodness. Needlework. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, these are beautiful. Just to give you an idea, like this one's 4,500. This one I just love. Got all kinds of countries going on there, and that's 6,800. Okay, I had to videotape this because it is so unique. Look at this little camper. Oh my goodness. It's like a dream. I had a sister who wanted, I think, one of these little campers once. It's just special. Look at that. Oh, look at the door. Oh my goodness. So incredibly cute. Let's look at the door closer up. Yeah, there it is. It's so adorable. I cannot, as a single woman, what in the world would I do with this? And I would never want to haul it anywhere, but I love it. I would like to put it in a backyard if I had a backyard. Great playhouse. Okay, it's a little dark. I just returned back to the hotel room and try to get some light here, but I wanted to show you this view. I'm in the Four Seasons. I really treated myself. I'm in the Four Seasons in Nashville, just finishing up at the Nashville Antique and Garden Show. And look at the view out the window. Isn't this just cool? I thought it was really, really special. The river is right out there, and this gets all lit up at night, which is quite spectacular, actually. Quite beautiful. Okay, I have a view of Nashville behind me, as you can see, and just returned from the antique show. Did I buy anything? Yes, I bought a table for my apartment. As you all know, I'm decorating my Boston apartment, and I bought a table and I bought 2 French chairs. Actually, all the furniture I bought is French, which is pretty wild when you think of it. But the shipping is not horrible, which I think is something you would all want to know. But I wanted to show you something that I thought was absolutely the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. It's called Museum Bees. And it was a woman who was making antique frames, and she had extra materials. This is how it was described to me. She had extra materials, so she turned them into these little, I don't know, little things that you could put on the wall of your home, around your pictures, something of that sort. You cannot imagine how deep the line was to purchase these things. And here's a few that I purchased. Okay, here's one. And you could see it's an antique frame. It looks like an antique coin in the middle. And then one like this. So her name of her company is Museum Bees, and lots of her motifs have bees or animals in the middle of them. I thought this was just beautiful. I hope you do too. And then, of course, I had to get a fleur-de-lis. Actually, yeah, it's upside down. Sorry. I looked at it, I'm like, that's not how it goes. The fleur-de-lis. So when you look at them all laid out, I'm sorry, I've got noise going on here. I'll show you a photograph at the end, how you could lay this out on a wall display around a painting. Would I come to an antique and garden show again? Definitely. It was very, very interesting, very fun. I think I mentioned as I was doing the introduction that I came here with a college friend and her daughter. And her daughter works for Hermes in New York City. And so she was looking all over at the Hermes scarves because they were everywhere. And some of them, she said, were authentic and some of them were not. So I suggest that if that's something you're looking for, that you really know how to detect what's real and what's not. But some of the Hermes scarves that were framed were absolutely gorgeous. So, but would I do it again? Yes. I think there's something happening in Birmingham next October, which I would love to see. The South has a culture that is just so beautiful. And Southern United States, for those of you who are outside of the United States, a real love of English antique furniture. And the last speakers today, let's see if I can remember. One was Rita Koenig, if I'm saying that correctly. Her mother is Nina Campbell, British. And then Ver, and I can't remember Ver's last name, but I've seen Ver before. And the question, the panelist or the moderator asked them, what's the difference decorating in England versus in America? And one of the things that they both said is that most of the antiques that were in England are now in America, which I thought was pretty funny. Yeah, it was very interesting to hear the differences. They talked about how Americans tend to splurge, tend to go big, which we all know, go big or go home, so to speak, where the Brits hold back a little bit more and are a little more reticent to, go extravagant. They talked about the love of home from both sides, love of gardens or yards, as we say in America. I don't know what you say in Australia, so tell me what that might be. So it was beautiful. It really was. And yes, I would definitely recommend it. It's probably not something you're going to do annually, but it's an experience. And set up dinners for yourself every night if you go alone, or if you have friends. It's a wonderful thing to do with friends because it's a very social environment inside the room where all the vendors are. Very, very cool. So I'm going to close by showing you the final or the little display of the museum bees all together. I can't show you the table or the 2 chairs that I bought because they're being shipped from Nashville to Boston. So I can't show you those. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this podcast today, or come with me to the Nashville Antique and Garden Show. I could not videotape any of the speakers. There were 8 speakers, 8 different speaker sessions, something like that. But I couldn't videotape any of them. It was not allowed. And so I tried to videotape as much as possible in the actual auction house or in the booths so that you could see the variety of things there. So anyways, as I said, if you liked this particular Come With Me, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me, and do comment. If any of you have heard of these museum bees, share with everyone. Show us how you have used them because they were quite the hit. So anyways, take care everyone and see you soon.